Welcome to Nicole's Tips. In this installment, we'll look at Urdhva Dhanurasana, or wheel pose. My 3 tips for Urdhva Dhanurasana are: find a neutral pelvis, hug your inner thighs in and press down through the inner edges of your feet, and use the strength of your legs as you press up and lower down. So first, finding neutral pelvis. Lie down on your back if you're doing this along with me. So come into this hook line position with the soles of your feet on the floor, your arms by your sides. Now, the hips are in flexion here, and the pelvis, when it comes up into the back bend, you have to do something really specific with how you move it in order to make sure that you're coming into neutral pelvis. And this ensures that you're not dumping into your low back. So you'll press down through your palms into the floor, strengthen your arms. The first thing you want to move is the very tip of your tailbone and the flesh of your buttocks. You want to kind of peel them up away from the floor. So if you look just very bottom of it, you want to keep your middle and upper back on the floor to start with. And then you'll peel your tailbone up and think of rolling your spine off the floor one vertebra at a time until you get to your upper back. And keeping that kind of tucking of the tailbone and reaching toward the backs of the knees is going to ensure that we have neutral pelvis as we come into this back bend. So press down through your palms. Think of pressing your pubic bones up toward the ceiling and keep on lengthening the tailbone toward the backs of the knees. All right, so that's step 1. Lower all the way down, take a little break. The next piece, this is also in order to protect the low back and the SI joints in this back bend, is hug in through the inner thighs and press down through the inner edges of the feet. This is to try to avoid what tends to want to happen, which is a lot of external rotation in the hips and a lot of pinching and dumping into the SI joints in the low back. So you could even place a block in between your thighs and in between your feet to keep that awareness of the hugging in. But if you don't have it, you can easily just create those actions without. So I'm going to show without. With your arms down by your sides, let's find those actions before you do anything else. So imagine that you're hugging your inner thighs in. You might imagine a block in between your thighs if you don't have one. Then press down really firmly through the inner edges of your feet and keep that hugging in through feet and inner thighs the whole time. Then, same process here. Peel your tailbone off the floor and then roll one vertebra at a time all the way up. And once all the way up in this bridge pose shape, Setu Bandha Sarvangasana. Again, reinitiate that hugging in through the inner thighs, pressing down through the inner edges of the feet. Again, press your pubic bones up toward the ceiling. Lengthen your buttocks toward the backs of your knees. And then you'll slowly lower down. So this alignment is really optimal for your back, for protecting your spine. You may notice that you use a lot of leg strength to come up that way, and that's super important. We want to be using that and holding on to all that strength as you press up into the full form of the pose. So if you feel prepared to come along with me, you can come along with me, or you can just watch this next piece. So for Urdhva Dhanurasana, upward facing bow is the literal translation. It's often called wheel pose as well. So you'll want to set up all the same things with your legs and use the leg strength to take some of the effort out of the arms. Once your hands are placed, you'll hug in through your inner thighs, press down through the inner edges of your feet, and then peel your tailbone off the floor, rolling all the way up into that bridge pose shape. Keep on hugging in through your inner thighs, pressing down through the inner edges of your feet. Keep on pressing your pubic bones up toward the ceiling. Press down even through your heels into the floor, strengthening your legs more. Then press through your hands, come up to the crown of your head. Plug your arm bones in, slide your shoulder blades up your back, keeping your legs super strong. Press down through your feet first and then press through your hands to straighten your arms and come all the way up. Now, I'm using all of the muscular strength I have in my legs. This takes some of the effort out of the arms. I'm also going to keep the strength in the legs as I lower down. So tuck your chin in, looking up toward the ceiling. Use your leg strength and bend your elbows slowly to guide yourself back down. All right. That is Nicole's tips for Urdhva Dhanurasana, and I hope that they help.